Buddy, I'm James,
And I'm Grace.
and
And
welcome
welcome
to
to the
the
James
James and
and
Grace
Grace
Show.
Show.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you like.
yes, today.
Oh, my nose!
This is a
Yes.
rebroadcast.
A horse is a horse, of course, but nobody talks to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
I am Mr. Ed.
Man, you sound like a frog.
I'm sorry.
Okay, y'all. Check this out. Look, when I worked at the hotel, there was a lot of horses out there. And everybody that knows me, they know I'm afraid of horses. I'm afraid of horses, okay? Shoot. But I like looking at horses. I like looking at their muscles and their colors and everything. But I am afraid of them. I'm afraid of a horse's power, because a horse can kick you, okay? A horse can knock you down. And most of all, a horse can bite you. Yes, because their teeth look like dominoes. They look like dominoes, like a domino. So what do you think they can do to you with those? Shoot, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm serious. They teeth do look like dominoes, okay? You don't want to mess with them. Anyway, okay, when I worked at the hotel, out on the street, they had horse and carriage, okay? And they used to drive customers around downtown, okay? They used to drive them around. And there was this one guy. His name was Jimmy. We're going to call him Jimmy, all right? That's not his real name, but y'all know how it goes. Jimmy had a brown horse, and he was a stallion, and he was beautiful. He was shiny and everything. He was beautiful. But I was afraid to go by him, okay? And there was plenty of horses. It was a white one, and it was a whole lot of different colors, And they had different buggies that they carry them in, that they carry the customers in. Some of them had lights all on it and everything like that. It was crazy. But it was fun, though. It was fun. So, I used to walk down the line, because they used to park next to the curb, next to the hotel where I worked. And they used to sit there at the curb when customers come out there asking, hey, you want to ride? You want to ride? You want to ride? Stuff like that. So, this, I came out and I used to go down the line and I talked to each driver every day. And I wouldn't get near their horse, too close to the horse, but I would get a little bit closer than I usually would get. But they couldn't jump out with their head and bite me because I was too far away, So, one day, I started giving them apples. So I used to go to the cafeteria and I used to get a bunch of apples. And I take them up there and I give each one of the drivers an apple. And they would give them to their horses. But look, the horse would take that apple in his mouth like this and clash, applesauce immediately. So that made me think, what would they do if one of them got a hold of me? Grab me in my head or something like that. So anyway, Jimmy's horse was kind of my favorite, But I wouldn't touch him and I wouldn't feed him. I would give it to them and tell them to feed it, So Jimmy used to try to get me to touch his horse all the time. Come on, pat him. Look, he won't do nothing. I say, that's you. I'm I'm afraid of them. He said, they know you're afraid of them. That's why they try to attack you. So I had got a little close to him, and that horse said, he looked mean at me. I said, see, look at him, look at him. I'm not going by him. So Jimmy said, oh, he won't do that. Stop that, stop, pop, pop. He smacked him on his muzzle. So after that, me and Jimmy was standing there talking, and the horse kept sniffing in Jimmy's ear, and Jimmy kept, get back, get back, get back, 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 back. He was punching his nose. The horse was, I said, hey, don't do him like that, man. He said, no, you got to. He told me, you got to do this or they won't respect you or something like that, he said. And I told him, man, don't do him like that. So the horse kept sniffing his ear or something. He kept sniffing his ear. And Jimmy kept saying, stop. So then Jimmy started blowing in his nose, the horse's nose. He said, and the horse was, I said, he don't like that. He said, man, you got to let him know. Who am I to say? Maybe he's right. So they rode around that whole evening and stuff like that. Then the evening I came out with more apples, and I gave each one of them an apple. Jimmy gave his horse one, and he devoured it in seconds. It seemed like he crushed it to applesauce in one bite, and stuff was pouring down his mouth and everything. So after he did that, the horse started doing it again. The horse was just, sniffing his ear. He was facing this way, and the horse was behind him. The horse was sniffing his ear. He kept saying, he started blowing in his face again, in his nostrils, in the holes of his nose. So he kept doing that and kept doing that. So I turned to go in the building. Then I heard the guy scream. This horse grabbed his nose just like this, and lifted him up, picked him up off his feet. He was this far off the ground. His feet was this far off the ground. And then he fell down, but it was minus a nose. Yes, minus a nose. So I ran in and called the ambulance. I called the ambulance. And the horse didn't go nowhere. He took his nose off, and then that was it. But he spit it out. He spit that piece. He took a piece off his nose about that big. Took this whole part off. So later, the ambulance came. They took him away. And I think one of the other drivers took him away. And I told him what Jimmy had done to the horse, what he was doing to the horse all day. So after that, then the guy came back. Jimmy, I didn't see Jimmy for a couple of weeks. When he came back, he had his nose bandaged up, like Michael Jackson was. Like when Michael Jackson got his nose job, that's just how Jimmy was. And he didn't want to talk about it. But that solidified me never going near horses. Never. I showed him where the nose was, the piece of his nose that the horse tore off. And they sewed that back on. But it didn't take right. It looked crazy. It looked nasty, but at least he's got his nose back, The horse, horses don't eat meat. They eat hay and stuff like that. So when they taste that, they immediately spit it out. That was terrible. But Jimmy, he never harass his horses again. He never harassed his horses. Look, that goes to show you. You can't not harass. You got to look at the power of a horse. That's what I was trying to explain to him. Look, these horses are 10 times bigger than you. They could have their way with you if they want to. Okay? They could have their way with you if they want to. They don't have to sit there and let you ride them. But you shouldn't harass them like that. You know, I know that, you know, but I'll never find out if it works or not because I never touch one. All right. Okay. That's it for my story time. Man, I'm mad today because I don't have no pretzels, okay? I don't have no pretzels. So I'm mad, okay? And I had to work over today. You know, so I had to work some hours over. So I'm just now being able to put this video out. But it's done. All right? Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share. Share my videos with everyone. I mean everyone. So everyone can get this experience, okay? Peace. Adios. Salamat. Chair.
Oh my God.